Hello, today let's talk in English. My computer my computer has broken and I bought a new computer, and my new computer cannot recognize my webcam, so I cannot use my webcam. So my channel has pretty much um, became radio, no image, just sound. I cannot record images. So a few days ago, I was thinking about starting a new business, and was reading a lot of websites on the internet about starting your own business, and many of those sites, I don't know, I don't like them. Um, I had some ideas, and I published on my blog. I don't know if these ideas are good or bad, but they may be interesting. For example, the first idea I had was, how much can you afford to lose? Every time you have to think of your in business as an investment. How much can you afford to lose if your business fail? Because um, that's how much you can afford to invest in it. Because when you are starting a company, you need to invest in your company time, money, and resources. And you have to decide how much time, how much money you can invest in your company. And the best way to decide this is to think like an investor. You invest exactly the amount you can afford to lose. You have to think about the worst case scenario. What happens if my business fail? How much will I lose if my business fail? If you can live with that, if you can afford to live with that, that's how much you can invest in it. How much time should you invest in your business? Exactly the amount you can afford to lose. That's the idea. Because if the worst comes, if your business fail, you you will lose your time, you lose your money, but you can afford that amount, and you'll be prepared for the worst. That's the thinking. That's the idea here. That's exactly the strategy used by professional investors. The second idea I had was to make money today. For example, I have read a lot of business on the internet. People starting business, and they borrow a lot of money. They buy lots of equipments. They hire people, and after several months, even years later, they start their business, start selling. In order to start the first sale, they have to go to lots and lots of activities that I don't know. It's irrational. It's crazy. The best idea, the best way to think about it is to make money today. Make your first sale today. You cannot wait. And I don't see any reason for you to wait. Why wait? You should be selling today. There's no reason to wait. There's you have to you have to start your business with the resources you have available now, right now. That's how you should start your business. And that's not difficult. It shouldn't be difficult. You Because I'm thinking about a sale, for example, to sell to family, friends, neighbors. These are your first customers, your first clients, and you have to sell something, a product or service that you can you can produce, you can come up with resources you have available now. There's no sense waiting. There's no reason to wait. The third idea I had was to hire people now. Why wait to hire people? Why should we wait to hire people? A lot of people, when starting a business, they try to do everything alone, try to do everything by themselves. They don't think about hiring employees. But I think it's a mistake. I think you should hire people right now. Of course, you cannot afford to hire full-time employees, but anybody can hire part-timers. You don't need to hire full-time employees. You can hire, for example, family, friends, or neighbors, or students for part-time jobs, for example, to help you once a week for an hour with the cleaning, with the packaging, with whatever you have to do in your business. You can also pay your family and friends for advice. This is one of the things I was thinking about. And a lot of people, when starting a business, they ask for advice from families, from family and friends. But they ask for free advice, and free advice is free can be equal to most expensive. Free can be equal to most dangerous. It's when you ask for free advice, most people will tell you things that you don't want to hear. For example, some people may say that you're too stupid, you cannot start a business. What makes you think you can start a business? Pessimistic things like that, and nobody wants to hear those things. And but that's the price you pay when you ask for free advice. So, in my opinion, maybe it's not a good thing to ask for free advice. If you're asking for advice, maybe it's a good idea to pay for it. When you formally approach people and say you are willing to pay for useful, helpful advice, they may take you more seriously and may actually give you useful, more thoughtful advice. So, okay, and my fourth idea was don't plan too much. This is my fourth idea when starting a business. Do not plan too much, because I have read a lot of websites, including many websites. When you search the internet for how to start a business, there are many websites, especially from the government. I have read some websites from the US government, British government, Australian government, and those websites, almost all of them, tell you to plan very carefully, very carefully. But I think it's a mistake. My idea is, it's impossible to plan everything. So you should not plan too much. You should not waste too much time on planning. Planning is important. Okay, all right, I agree with that. But planning in itself will not bring you results. Results can only come with action. You need action. Action is more important than planning. You cannot accomplish anything with just planning. You have to have action. And many times in life, we actually act without any planning at all. Many times you don't stop to think first and then act later. Usually we just think and act almost at the same time. In many situations, you don't plan things. You don't write things on paper first. Usually you think and act almost at the same time. That's what we do things in real life. And planning is important, but planning itself doesn't bring you results. So my advice is to plan for no more than 30 minutes a day, every day, and use the rest of the day for action. That's my advice, my 4 ideas about how to start a business.